So let's take some of those pieces that I got, just a couple of them, and I'll show you how to build terrain. Now, everybody loves when people do mocks and they build up terrain. And the one thing that I did notice is that a lot of people like to build the snot technique around the edges and stuff. You can do that if you take your snot bricks and lay them all around the sides. Then you can build it so that way it looks like a rock face. If you do that, then it's a standalone mock and it's for display. It's for your video so you can show people, hey, look what I did. But if you want to put it side by side with another build, so another one, then that side will get in the way. So depending on how you want your build to be. So in this case, I'm going to say how to build the terrain to fit with your other builds. So I'm not going to put that snot technique on the side. What they do is they put the snots on the side and then they build different slopes and stuff to make it look rigid, like a different kind of look. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom layer, okay, and we're going to bring this up 2 bricks high, kind of like the Mills plate idea, because I have Mills plate that are 2 brick high. So I'm going to take my bricks. I'm going to make sure that I do have 2 bricks high all around, except where I want maybe some kind of river flow. So I decide where I want this river flow, and then the next thing, let's say I haven't done on the build, I make sure to put that river flow in the same spot, so it's next to each other. We're going to do a mini build. So this is just a small one just to show you how it's done. So we take as many bricks as we can. Alright, so here I'm going to make sure that I put where the river is going to go. The deepest end, I'm going to make sure that it looks deep by using the color bricks. The darker bricks I use, the more it's going to shine through. Hey, that's lipping. So I did buy some bricks from yard sales and stuff. So as I see the weapon, I throw it out. I gotta be careful though, because I thought this was weapon, and it's not. It's Lego. So gotta look at it real close. So the water is different shades, different levels, and then let's go into this bag that I bought this Lego haul, and see, I can build up the water. Oh, I see something. See, this one can go here. And it's kind of important to do a little bit of overlapping of bricks. Doesn't have to every single time, but it helps with stability. You want your build to be strong. You don't want to pick it up and it fall apart. So that's why I had those two, but they're very well secured unless I really, really, really squeeze it like I just did. But that was just one brick that will come off because there's nothing securing that. So let's secure that in place with a few bricks. Let's put some bricks next to it. And, oh, yes, it doesn't have to be all brown. Yes, dirt, you were working with dirt, but not every piece of land mass is all the same color, the same size, the same. Go outside and look at your terrain. It's not all the same. You have to walk uphill, downhill, and it happens. So not everything is always the same. So here we have a 1x1 and area that we can fill in, and it does not have to be square just because it looks square. So we can look for any color or anything that will fit in there that will give us that. So if we keep looking, we'll find something. Maybe we can find something that jets out. Aha. So it does jet out, but we need something under it. So it might not work because I need one more. The reason being is because once we add the water, it'll be higher. So might want to add the water first. Here we go. Now it's starting to look like disturbed water. One more. There we go. Now if the water's down there, the land is higher. It is like 2 bricks high. So we can use there we go. Now here we have different color browns. And if you do have different color browns, that works very well. So now we can put that there, and it jets out just like in normal life. You're gonna see land that goes in many different ways. I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm gonna put this here, and it's all depending on how you want it. This needs to be about 1 brick higher. And as you can see, these bricks here also help to like bring things to a more random view of things. because not everything in life is perfect. So here, what that does is now we can take like either angles, or we can take rocks, and they're just placed a little more randomly on here, and now it looks a little bit better, but not great. So play around with what you've got. Me, I wanted something maybe a little darker, and why not go with studs? So little thing wants to run off on me. Now this one doesn't have to be there, but then again, sure, why not? And what can we do here? So that's part of building, is figuring out where everything can go. So if I put this here, it's just too common the way the other one was. So if I turn it at an angle, now it looks a little more random. Now it looks better. So now that we have this side done, let's work on that side. So the terrain does not have to be exactly 2 bricks high. It could actually build up to 2 bricks high. Why not? The only thing that you should worry about is keeping the water in. Pretend this is flowing water. You need something to keep it in on both sides. So this is keeping it in, and now you just need something a little higher on that side. And you start thinking outside the box. Okay, so there's water there, right? So when you have water there, then what's holding it in? Sometimes there's grass growing over here. So build it up with some grass to make it look like it's mossy. Maybe you can build it up. So as you do build it up, just be careful not going overboard. Keep it random. Keep a rock or two there. And here we go. Let's see. So if I put this here, I need some stuff holding it underneath. So here we have some green plates to fill that in. And I have a flat one, but I also have this one here. And see how the difference is between the two? This one feels a little more rocky, so it's more like terrain. If you don't like this moss, because it doesn't look like moss, then change it up. You know, play around with what you have. Add some more bricks. Just the only thing is, if you're going flush against something else that is 2 bricks high, this is supposed to be 2 bricks high. And when you were over here, you could jet out and you could do stuff. But since this is going to go against another build, it does have to be a 1x1. So let's look for a 1x1. Well, I did find this cylinder. Let's not put it in upside down. Okay. Now the terrain is starting to look pretty good. You can either add a few plates right on top, or so like this. Let's say you can build some stuff up like that. Maybe you can do some green, because you know that you're going to be adding grassy area there. Right? Don't forget, when you're walking along a stream, you don't just see grass and dirt. You also see some foliage, maybe some good-looking trees around. So let's dig through my pots here and see what we can grab. Just a little tiny tree or a bushy little thing. So we got this thing going on, and because it's easier to put the flowers on first, let's do that. Let's put these flowers on first. Now this is just one way. Whatever you have, just think a little bit of nature. And what do you find in nature? Not just flowers, not just something that is greenery, right? But let's say you find an animal or so. So let's find a little froggy. So go through your little animal bin and don't forget to place little animals in there, because you never go walking around and just find nothing. Like, there's always life going on in the world. That keeps falling off. So what I'm going to do is take a flower of the same kind, same color here, right? And that will help keep it a little more stable. And here we go, snake. So now your mini terrain has life. This is a little flat, so you might want to work on maybe making that a little more ragged. So we'll add maybe a rock or two. We'll add maybe something that's not so square. Maybe that's all you have is square. But see how that changed that square looking piece? All we have to do is add a couple pieces maybe here or over there. Do you feel like you want more of like a tree going on? That's not much of a tree, but if you were to add stuff to it, so let's see, what could we add to this tree? Well, for one thing, we make it maybe a little higher. Right? Just a wee bit higher. And then on these, maybe we add some little flowers randomly. Don't think about it too much. If you start putting them too symmetrical, and it doesn't look like random anymore. Let's see, maybe one or two of these. Don't go overboard. If you do go overboard, it won't look so random anymore. See, now it's starting to look like more like a forest, like a tropical rainforest. You've gone through the jungle and you see snakes and frogs, and now you have to go trudging through the river. Wow. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on mini terrain. Now, all you have to do is create your storyline. You know, add your figures, figure out where they're going, what they're doing. You know, if you want to make his hat fall in the water, now you have to go in after it, because that's what happens, right? So now he's like, now what am I gonna do? So that is the tutorial for how to make your terrain come to life. Thank you. Don't forget to keep playing around, adding things as you see fit. Have a good day. Bye.